January 7th. Yesterday we read of Abram, now Abraham's failure. Today we see Abraham's finest moment. The attempted sacrifice of Isaac is one of the most significant events in the Old Testament. By asking Abraham to sacrifice his son, God accomplishes two objectives. Yes, God wants to test Abraham's faith, and what a test it is. Isaac is the most precious thing in Abraham's life. Isaac is the personification of Abraham's lifelong dream. How could God ask such a thing? Hadn't God promised that Isaac would be the father of many multitudes? Yet, here is God asking that Isaac be slain. How did Abraham reconcile this? We get a glimpse into Abraham's thinking in this very moment as 2,000 years later, the writer of Hebrews wrote in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 18, that by faith, Abraham, being tested, offered up Isaac. Yes, he who had gladly received the promises was offering up his one and only son, to whom it was said, your offspring will be accounted as from Isaac, concluding that God is able to raise up even the dead. Figuratively speaking, he also did receive him back from the dead. So according to the book of Hebrews, in that moment, Abraham actually believed that if he killed Isaac in obedience to God, that God could have and just might have raised Isaac back from the dead. Think about that for a moment. God's command to offer up Isaac is the 6th time that we know of that God had spoken to Abraham over a 40-year period. And over that time, Abraham's relationship with God had matured. He knows that God is faithful to his promises and that God is not limited, that God is able to do anything he wants. And Abraham's faith to sacrifice Isaac is based upon the litany of amazing things that he had seen God do over the last 40 years. God's second objective in this event is to provide a picture of what will occur roughly 1,900 years later near that very spot, Mount Moriah. God will offer up his son Jesus as a sacrifice right there. Only this time, he will not be spared, but will indeed become the atoning sacrifice on behalf of humanity. Here's today's application. God knows exactly what he's doing. He can be trusted. There is nothing with which you can't trust him. Don't withhold anything from him. Turn over to him those things that are precious to you. Let him have all of your life, the things that matter most to you, your relationships, your sexuality, your calendar, your bank account, your job, your goals, and your aspirations. Trust him to fashion your life. He knows you better than you know yourself, and he will fashion those things in a way that are tailored for you, in a way that will be better for you than you can make them on your own. Now here's today's prayer.